That's your action.
Social media has worsened mental health.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Over the long run.
Do you think it's
entirely because all people do is, I'm in a situation I don't want to be in, I'm on my phone, I'm now comparing myself to X, Y, Z, and why am I comparing myself? Then it's running into deeper and deeper thoughts, and it's just getting depressed over a time period, and it happens again and again and again, because all we do in this generation is attach ourselves to a 4-inch screen and stick to it regardless, all the time.
Unwritten rule on social media that everything that you have to post has to be a positivity or a progression in life. So Donnie's post their holiday pictures, or Donnie's post when they graduate.
I'm not posting the grind in it.
Yeah. So if you're in a sad place and you go to social media, all you're going to see is positive stuff, do you know what I mean? If you're looking for social media to try and find social gratitude, you're looking at the wrong place, isn't it?
Social media, all that does is just like, it's like an amplifier really. So it's like all this stuff has been happening, same way with the whole police shootings, everything, you know, mental health, suicides, all this. It's like, it's been happening. It's just now, it's on your phone. You can't escape it really. Like, it's there.
Yeah.
Like, you open your phone, you find out something's happened. You know, you get your news instantly. So it's kind of like, what I actually think this is actually doing is kind of like, it's making things worse, but it's also making people numb. Because when you're getting so much at the same time, it's kind of like you don't really have time to sit down and think about how you feel about a certain thing, really.
More people know it exists. More people know that mental health is an issue. I'd say awareness is increasing. Maybe that's why you hear more. Social media as well. You're more in connection with other people than ever. So you see more. And the fact that, so you see more and hear more like horrible stories about suicides and this and that and the other. But there were also people on the flip side who have combated mental health issues and are a success story and are able to tell that to other people, and other people may feel inspired about that, and you hear about that on social media and so on and so forth. I don't know. It could really be that, but there's a lot more to it.
Facebook and Twitter, I feel like people will talk about it. They'll write it down, but then on like things like Instagram, where people use probably the most now, like you say, it's all pictures of looking good, girls in the bikinis, in the bodies, you know, doing amazing, guys lifting, friggin' the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Friggin' looking absolutely massive in it, and then on Instagram you don't see the bad side, so
you never will.
Never ever
because
will.
of that. That's where, comparison comes in.
Yeah, and you start self-doubting yourself.
I feel like like when you're on social media, like it tells you how you should feel or how they want you to feel.
Yeah,
so actually, your true feeling of like what's going on in your life then become you become numb
your
to
followers tell you how you're supposed to feel in it.
It was so if someone felt like I think you say that we're like desensitized to it, but I think people are slightly more humane to mental illness now because you can get help. There are like places you can go. There are people who are feeling the same, but at the same time, I think people are getting worse because of like social media and stuff like that.
My only problem is with people that are like, oh yeah, my boy's not going through anything. Me and my boy are close. I know if there was something different. I know if he was acting different. And that pisses me off. If he is your boy, of course you would.
He should.
No. He shouldn't tell you, but he wouldn't have to tell you.
You should.
And you might not know. But at the same time, no. At the same time, you shouldn't rule it out. It should never not be a possibility, and that's my problem. That's what's annoying, because every time I explain this to people, they're like, nah, wait, what's that? They're like, no, what's it? They're like, no. Never. So I was chatting to my boy, and I was like, alright, Carl, say no more. When Robin Williams died, you're telling me that didn't surprise no one? Crazy, right? Absolutely. And like, on a two-dimensional point of view, because that's how we're seeing things, he looks like the happiest daddy ever. And that's my problem with it. That's just the stickiest thing with me, with the whole awareness thing. How people disregard people that are close to them because they think they know them too well. And it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid.
I know this for myself and seeing people about my own mental health that no one gets it in social media. Although it might be a good thing, 13% of the time, the rest of that percent...
Do the maths.
The rest of that percent is... I'm lost.
Find it.
Is rubbish. It's the most rubbish thing ever.
If you're depressed, yeah? If you're a depressed person, what has stemmed that depression? And you going on social media at the same time can maybe give you an escape in it.
No, you're right. You're right.
Like some escape from their little hole that they're in, or
I get
and
it.
can be free for the time that they're on social media, innit?
Because it's a distraction, isn't it?
Yeah, and you
You
forget
go
about the
upstairs.
problems that you have in your life, probably.
You go upstairs, you lock your door, you're in your room. What have you got? If you're not going to read a book, you got your computer and your phone, innit? And if you're not going to sleep, you got your computer and your phone. So that's all you've got. I hear it. I think people know that social media is not the answer, but at the same time,
It's just a distraction, innit?
I went through a stage in my life of having like anxiety attacks all the time because I'm such a worrier.
They come over as often.
I'd be like worrying about something, and this is no whatever, like I forget what I was worrying about, and then I started worrying because I forgot what I was worrying about. Like that's generally how my mind works.
The thing with anxiety is you don't know what's happening. You could walk past people in the street and it's happening. It's happening. I've had it happen in the weirdest of scenarios where you just got to take a step back. You hit this invisible wall and it's like a sea, a flood of mad emotions that you don't know what to do. It's almost like having a panic attack and an asthma attack all at the same time.
Like you're all out here, yeah. Like you're all of this, and you feel like you're all of this in general, but then all of a sudden you just inhale and you feel suffocated. And you feel like you can't breathe, and everything's just happening at the same time, and it feels like you're hyperactive, but then at the same time, I feel like it's almost sensory overload.
Not to say I've never experienced mental health issues or depression or anything like that. I'm not even going to go into that. But I don't experience it the way I hear a lot of people do. I've never had issues like that. And it's not... I'm not going to sit here and say I've lived a mad, crazy life, but it's not been all smooth sailing, and nobody's life is. But still, I don't experience them things, and I would attribute some of that to I would attribute the fact that I don't experience them things to my upbringing, but I wouldn't say that my upbringing would have had to make me experience such mental health issues.
Everyone's, you can't, no, but that's my point with anxiety, drugs.
Oh, okay.
Because someone out there has gone, yeah, I get it, cool.
This works,
this works, try this. And then everyone's getting worse. Because that worked for Billy in Texas.
this whole universal, this worked for this done, so this must work for this done, is absolutely stupid. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. And like, I can't really touch too much on mental health because personally I don't really think I've been affected by it too tough. But at the same time, it's so crazy that we're giving this to this guy, but we've got this girl, so give her the same thing. Oh, it's not working. I can't. Just keep her on it and we'll see. Like, it makes no sense to me. And plus, I've seen people jump on these things and like, I think more of it is mind over matter.
Yo, it's bare mind over matter.
I think it's like, oh, so you'll take this and it will help. And you're listening to this from someone who's got credibility on the matter.
People just get medication and you think, actually, is that better way? And when I was younger, I'm like happy to say this, when I was younger, like my parents were really concerned about me because I was very like up and down, and the doctor instantly said, oh, we'll put her on these meds, like it will help her out, rah rah rah. And my mum was like, no, I don't want you to do that, and just help me through it. Whereas I think people just put people on medication and think it's going to help them when actually does it really help you?
Capitalism.
Love.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Just one word.
Nah,
Capitalism.
don't do that.
Well, they give you
say the word,
pills.
you gotta build on it, man. Come on.
You take the pills. It's obviously not helping you. You need more pills.
Yeah.
They make more pills. More money's being made. So
people. Yeah, it capitalism to you, but it might not be for that person, and that person, because I've had a lot of friends that actually have got out of it, and a lot of friends that have actually really have made friendships and have actually felt so much better, been in like deep depression, and yeah, I've taken pills, and yeah, it's capitalism, and yeah, it's similar to the electric chair but a modernised, but actually it's helped them. Could take it and think this doesn't work, and then someone else could take it and think, so any question, anything is just subjective. It's completely to the person.
So I went through an awful period where I was super depressed, didn't know what to do, didn't know who to talk to, didn't even talk to my friend didn't talk to nobody about it. I told my mum. My mum got some counsellor. I used to talk to this counsellor, and basically it was a situation where I didn't know if this was a thing, but it sounded like almost she had a script to put me in some box of depression, rather than what's going on. It was, are you experiencing this? Are you experiencing that? Are you experiencing this? Well, then you can do this to counter this. They're kind of trying to treat it like it's a flu or something like that. It's never the flu. It's something that's different within every person, and there's no medicine out there, in my opinion, that can fix depression or mental health just yet.
Yeah, that's why it's good talking to some random people, because they don't know anything about your life. They don't know who you are, what you're about, what type of person you are, anything. So you are freely to open up, to talk, and they will just listen.
Which is hard.
But then people can't do that at the same time, because that is a big thing, innit? That's like trusting a random people. But you don't really have to trust them, it's just talking, innit?
Nature over nurture, that comes from how you've been brought up, because
over nature, right?
Pardon?
I've been nurture over nature.
Nurture over nature, sorry, yeah. I've got like a really good friend, and her dad's always like, you're a disappointment, you're this, you're that, you're disappointment, rah rah rah. And like you could have two types of people, like you said, one person that just sits with the disappointment, so do you know what I mean? They allow their parents to be disappointed in them, or there's someone that just goes, do you know what, I'm gonna prove. And she kind of just sits with the disappointment. And I always say to her, but not that she doesn't understand, but sometimes she's just like, what do you mean I sit with the disappointment? Like, she doesn't really get it. Yeah. But because she's just compliant, you know?
As shit as it seems, doing shit is the best medicine.
Say that in English.
Dude, keeping your mind occupied and busy is like the best thing. Like, I did word searches, as weird as that is. I did word searches. See, like I must have had that 100-page booklet thing, and I must have done
it all in one day.
All in one day. Nah, I used to do word searches. Obviously, he knows. I've got a good friend, Untitled Davison. She gets the human brain, the mental side of that. And she was a big help in me getting back to Danny West.
Hopefully you have family that will see and try to like get you out of it, but then if you don't, you need someone that will actually, you know what, get you out of this. All it takes is get outside, go and do something, take your mind off it, distract you. Actually believe that there's more to life than the problem that's got you in there.
You know that episode of Black Mirror, Black Museum, where the doctor got the treatment where he could feel the patient's
everything
ailment, so he knew exactly what to treat. It's exactly like that. If you haven't felt it, you don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
White wine, we smoke, that's my best compliment.
Woo!
You just need
Drake!